So of those names, we've got the Bellas, Michelle McCool, Mickie James, Kelly, Summer Rae, and Lita all coming in. This leaves 11 spots open with a lot of big names like Bayley and Asuka and Alexa Bliss and some missing pieces there. Sasha Banks obviously will not be in the Royal Rumble now. There's still some spots left to bring other women in, and we knew they were going to have to search elsewhere because there's not enough women on the roster to fill out a Royal Rumble. So they're going to need a minimum of 10 women either from the Indies, NXT, or the past. So they're probably going to be announcing some more here. Now, I think the biggest surprise here was Mickie James. Mickie James being announced for the Royal Rumble shocked a lot of people because, number one, she's the current Impact Knockouts champion, which we alluded to earlier on. Now, I think it was Fightful or Sean Ross Sapp had reported that she is not currently under contract to Impact, so that really changes the dynamic. I was under the assumption that she was under contract, but WWE contacted Impact. Hey, can we use Mickie? If she's interested, we'd love to have her for the Rumble. What would you like in return? We can send someone to Hard to Kill, or we can, give you AJ Styles if you ever want to put him in the Hall of Fame. I think that would be a great gesture by WWE, unless they've already done that for AJ. If they allowed AJ to go maybe make an appearance there for some sort of Hall of Fame or something, or maybe an appearance in the company at all. But if Mickie James is not under contract to them, then I guess WWE doesn't owe Impact anything. But they were referring to her as the Impact champion last night. So that's kind of, is WWE dabbling in the forbidden door? Is that what's happening here? I don't know. Seems like something they wouldn't do and wouldn't give a shit about doing. And AEW has been the ones that have had the recent working agreement with Impact that I don't think is going on anymore. So maybe Impact's going to work a little bit with WWE. Don't know the details. We'll be interested once those details come out if we hear about how this deal came to be. Now, of course, some fans had to be immediate assholes on social media because that's what wrestling fans do, and took a huge issue with Mickie James going to work the Royal Rumble. Why? Because her shit got sent back to her in a trash bag. She tweeted, "What the fuck?" She sent a picture. It was responded to by Stephanie McMahon. They called her. They apologized. They fired the person responsible. They took ownership and accountability for doing it, felt bad, felt remorse, and apologized. What the fuck else do you want? I know WWE's on my shit list right now too, don't get me wrong, but let's not be ridiculous. I kind of forgave WWE for this one, I thought it was a shitty thing for them to do, but the way they responded to it, hey, at least they were like, our bad, that shouldn't have happened. We feel terrible about it. We appreciate the hard work you did here, but, we had nothing to do with that, where we took care of the person responsible, that sort of thing. So I'm sure phone calls took place, shit that we don't even know about. Mickie James had conversations with whoever she needed to talk to. Apologies were made. Things were smoothed over. It's none of our fucking business what Mickie James does with her professional career and moves forward with her professional career however she sees fit. It should be of no concern to any lame motherfucker that wants to give her shit for going out and getting a payday. She's probably getting a nice little payday from WWE. And WWE's using the Impact name on their television show, thus giving Impact some exposure. Maybe they kicked Mickie James a little bonus for the help. Who knows? Either way, it seems like a good career move for Mickie James because now she's crossing over. She's doing something that not too many people have done. Nobody from another promotion, let me think. It would have been Smoky Mountain back in like 1993 when the Rock and Roll Express and Heavenly Bodies came in. Other than that, what other promotions championship belts in the last 30 years has been on TV before? There might be some, but I know the Smoky Mountains when Ric Flair brought the big gold in, but I don't know if any other championship belts have really made it to TV. So if Mickie James wears that championship at the Royal Rumble, that's going to be interesting. So I think it's cool that she came in. I think that was a huge surprise to me. That tells me that the situation between Mickie and WWE is cool, and that's smart from a professional standpoint. Any fan that's given Mickie shit is never going to understand the concept of success or money or anything like that. It's in Mickey's best interest to remain on good terms and keep your bridges unburned, because she can still go back. She could still be a trainer one day. She could come in and do commentary like Beth Phoenix did. Who knows where her career will take her once she's out of the ring pretty much permanently, and she can have other things to offer, like Serena Deeb is currently doing in AEW. She could come in, be an agent, be a mentor, a coach, wrestling experience from a veteran side that could be valuable to any locker room, especially a young one. So I just laugh and roll my eyes at the fans. Like, how could you go back there? They treated you like shit and abused you. Abused you? It's a bit dramatic, I think. Abused? Come on. Wrestling Twitter sometimes, I swear, it gives me a fucking headache. And I'm like, I just find it gross that fans in general try to make decisions about other people's lives, when, they're fucking working the fryer at fucking Popeyes and they're going to goddamn tell Mickie James what she should do with her life. Go fuck yourself. Mickie James can do whatever she wants, and we wish her the best on this channel. If that bothers you, you know where the unsubscribe button is. So Mickie James is now in the Royal Rumble. That's great and interesting and awesome. You always like it when any doors, forbidden or non-forbidden, are kicked open. That's cool.